Welcome, sisters, to our sister sanctuary. And as you hear the music,
I do not hear the music. I'm not
oh,
sure
you
if it's
don't hear
playing. Mm-mm.
okay, yeah.
There we go.
Welcome. I'm gonna take a nice deep breath as we're arriving into our circle, our sister sanctuary. And as each one of us are arriving here live, and the sisters that are joining in the replay, I invite you to um, arrive here with your breath, arrive here into your body. And as we're breathing and arriving into our circle, we are preparing to be conduits of healing, to be rooted into the earth, interconnected to each other, and to open ourselves to the spirit, to be a healing presence for ourselves, and to bring healing, physical, emotional, spiritual healing to our loved ones and to the world. This entire session is a prayer. And as we're preparing, if you would like to do so, I invite you to anoint yourself and just take your time connecting with your sacred oil, with your senses, with the beauty, and letting a single drop fall into your palm as you are receiving this blessing, as you're inhaling and anointing your auric field, your inner eyes, your inner opening your inner ears, your radiant heart, anointing your womb, your hips, and every place in your body that is calling for your touch and attention. And sisters, I invite us now to stitch in. I'm going to ask 3 questions. So when we stitch in, the first thing that we're going to do is we are imagining we're walking in to a temple space and there's a beautiful altar, a healing altar, and there's a space for your offerings on the altar. And so when we light our candle and stitch in, it's an invitation for you to place your offering onto the altar to open our circle. And so as we're laying our offerings, I'm going to stitch in with vulnerability. And I'm placing my vulnerable, tender, luminous heart on the altar. What else is here, sisters?
I come to this altar and I feel the innocence of love, just innocent love of the divine. And I place innocent love on this altar.
Hmm. And so we'll just take a moment in this etheric field, in this etheric circle for each one of you, sisters, for Susanna and Debbie and Patricia and Anne Marie, to place your offerings on the altar. Beautiful. In my mind's eye and in my heart, I can see each one of you placing something beautiful and sacred here. And as we continue to prepare for our prayer, I'd like to give an opportunity, a little space, not to go into the story, but to presence what is needing prayer today. And we'll do this in 2 rounds. And the first round is prayer for yourself, for your own physical or emotional or spiritual healing. What is up for prayer in this circle?
For myself, pain is high right now. It's been high this week, high today, and my body hurts.
And for myself, yeah, I feel emotional. I am hmm, I'm preparing for a total hip replacement in May. So, for me, this prayer will be a form of healing, maybe not so much in the physical, but in the perception and in the emotional acceptance and coming to peace with the experience. When we are praying for healing, there will always be a healing that happens. We have no idea what form it will take. It may take form as physical healing. It may take form as emotional or perception or acceptance. It may take form as a surrender into the process. For some people, maybe surrendering into the process of death. And to some people, it may show up as resources and support. But let's just pause and let each sister etherically present what they are holding and requesting healing for themselves. And as priestesses, as healers, as wise women, medicine women, sacred keepers of wisdom, we're holding space for others and we are extending our circles around them. And so, in that, when you tap into your loved one and tap into the world, who else, what else is here for healing in our circle?
As you say that, it is my mom's face that comes in front of me. She is so bound in her pain, in her history. And I pray freedom for her, that she may know herself as she truly is.
And as I extend out beyond me, there are many, many people that need healing. One in particular is, I call her Auntie. She's just recovering from a hydrocephaly surgery and a brain shunt. And another dear friend is in the acceptance of passing now. She's in the process of dying right now. And and then there's many, many more of people just needing a little, they're sick. They got their aches and pains and their illnesses, and there's those. And then I think, of course, of the earth and Gaza and Ukraine, and so it starts to become massive. Mm. And so I invite us all to presence and put in this etheric field who else and what else needs healing. That was one reason why I really wanted us all to be together, so it didn't have to be me doing all the talking now. But now that we are becoming clear with who we're praying for and have some sense of why, we might as well just drop into the practice. So this is what I'd like to do. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to step back and I'm going to lead us through a short Qigong practice. And the intention of that is to move energy through our body. And then after that practice, then we'll come back together and be seated. And then I'll lead us into a healing prayer where we'll meet with the divine physician. And then, if any of you, well, I guess if you, Jamie, want to pray and then weave your voice into the prayer, I would love that if you would love to weave your voice into the prayer. And then after we've all woven our voices into the prayer, then we'll seal the deal and we'll bow out. Okay. Hmm. So, sisters, you just want to make sure you have enough room for you to do this. And before we even begin the practice, let's begin to orient ourselves, just like we did in the beginning, just finding yourself located in the room that you're in, getting a sense of where the walls are and the spaces in between, and getting a sense of the ceiling and the floor, and feeling how the floor is holding you as you may be rocking back and forth on your soles of your feet, starting to anchor yourself here. And I invite you to gently breathe in through your nose and out through your nose as you breathe down deep into your belly, into your lower dantian, into your womb. And as you're breathing into your belly, you're becoming centered. You're aligning with the top of your head, aligning with your soul star. Essentially, you're aligning with truth. The form we're about to practice is going to connect us to the tree of life, one of the sisters presents, the Garden of Eden, and the apples that grow on the tree. And I was very attracted to the tree itself. And this tree of life is symbolic for every stage of our life cycle. It's symbolic of the birth, life, death, rebirth cycle. It's a pathway, a map of shamanism, and it's imprinted at every stage with wisdom, beauty, and healing. So, as we're breathing here now, we're about to begin our practice. But I invite you to imagine for a moment that you're standing at the gate of a garden, and in that garden is growing a beautiful spring garden filled with trees, medicinal herbs and plants. There's beauty everywhere you look. And you know that this is a healing garden. And I'm here as your gate guardian to welcome you in. And I'm here to ask you, dear sister, what needs to be laid down here so you can receive this healing today? And when it comes to you, I invite you to bring your hands and your feet together And with a humble bow, set that down. As you set that down, feel that leave your body as you bow forward and you empty your cup. Really letting it go for now. And once you feel like you've let that go, feel your feet on the earth and gradually taking as many breaths as you need to, start to inhale and fill your vessel with new life, with new breath, with the spirit. As you unfurl your spine, as you emerge. And once you feel like you have risen to the occasion and you're ready to enter into the garden, step across the threshold. You have one foot in your sacred life and one foot in this sanctuary. And we'll begin this practice with a movement called showering chi. And so your roots are rooted, your belly is soft, top of your head is lifted, your hands are holding something precious. They're round and they're full and they're open. And as you inhale, you're going to inhale and your hands are going to gently rise to the horizon as your body softly sinks just a little. I'm going slow, so don't worry about your breath so much. As you exhale, turn your palms over, leading from your thumbs. Your shoulders roll over, your hands will float down, your body will rise. And now, this time, as you inhale, you're gathering all of this energy from the heavens. This is the yang energy. And as you do, your body sinks just a little. And now the palms of your hands are directed toward your crown, toward Bai Hui. And as you exhale, you let this energy pour down through the center of your body as your hands float down all the way through the center of your body down into the earth. And we'll do this a few times. As we inhale, we're connecting to the yin energy, to the earth, to the underworld, to the below, to the water, to the hidden. And then as we exhale, we connect to the seen, to the known, to the yang, to the light. And we gather it to the above world. And then we integrate the underworld and the above world into our body, which is here in the middle world, as we stand between earth and sky, connecting to your roots as you inhale, exhale, connecting to your branches, and integrating the wholeness of you, of the tree that you are. Let's do this one more time in silence. Let the form teach you. And just resting. Now we'll continue to open our circle now, bringing a little energy. Healing requires energy. Healing requires an activation. It also requires a release. So We're rooted, top of our head is still lifted. We're turning from the central column and we're knocking on our kidneys and on our abdomen. We're connecting with water. We're connecting with our essence, the part of us that we were born with. We're connecting with our body, connecting with this force that's called Jing. Incredibly powerful force. It is the most yin form of our body. So we're activating and we're also cleansing and clearing and releasing any stiffness or stagnation or tension held in our body. We're opening up our spine. You can release with a breath. Release the tension and the stress. And then we can bring one hand up to our lungs and our heart, and the other hand is staying down low on our kidneys. So we're connecting our kidneys to our lungs. Our lungs are the most outward part of ourselves. That's what helps create healthy boundaries, our immune system. And we're also anchoring that to the deepest inner part of ourselves, which is our kidney. So we're creating this field within us, rooted in our center with healthy boundaries, a healthy, strong, energetic field. So we may speak our truth and have the courage. Lungs are all about being courageous, healthy, inspiring, and clear. Confident. Have confidence in your healing ability. And release. In this area of your body, these lungs, if we're releasing stuck emotions, we'd be releasing grief and sadness and heartache. And down here on our kidneys, we'd be releasing fear, worry, not trusting ourselves. We're just going to let that go. Now we're going to bring our hands back down to knocking on our lower belly and our lower back. Feeling ourselves more activated, more energized, more stabilized, more clear. And now you don't have to knock on your body anymore. Just let your hands float through water. As your hands, it's as if you're floating through this river of life, and this water is coming here to nourish you and bless you and carry all that stuff that's just been released, to carry that into the river so it can be transmuted and transformed. Water waves. To let this water just help you gradually, slowly come to stillness. As you just slowly make your way to stillness. As you find stillness, you feel how you're more open. And we'll do one more opening stretch, spreading your feathers. If you just have your hands forward and you look forward, taking nice deep breath and gather energy in front of you, scoop it. And then press your hands down like a stretch. It's not super soft. Your fingers are facing you. Top of your head is lifted. Your your chin is tucked, kind of that double chin. See how you're creating these lines of tension? You're opening that. Let's do that again. We'll inhale and spiral and press. One more inhale. gather fresh energy, spiral it and press it down. Tuck your chin. And now take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your ear to one side. Staying on that side, complete your exhale as you take your chin to your chest. And now just roll your ear across that shoulder as you inhale back and exhale forward. You're clearing the lines of tension. Releasing and letting go. You're opening up a pathway of your brilliant mind between your mind and your heart and your capable hands. As you inhale, really lingering in the places that need it. And this next exhale, exhale all the way down and inhale up the other side. Clearing the lines of tension, working with your own range of motion. Synchronizing your breath. This is your last one. When you exhale, come all the way down, chin to your chest. And then when you inhale, release your arms. Raise your head up the center. And sense and feel how your arms are very alive with energy. That's yang energy. Let's work with that now. Now you've got something to really work with. We're going to practice this movement called tree sways in the wind. So your roots are rooted into the earth. Top of your head is lifted. You're holding this precious chi ball here. You're holding yourself. So come to your breath. You're going to inhale and exhale. And the first couple times, we're just going to do it like the structure of it, and then we'll flow. So this very beginning part, the space in between your inhale and exhale is when you turn. So you've exhaled, and now you turn to one side. Now you inhale. And as you do, you're drawing energy up your inner thigh and the outside of your leg as you draw this energy up like the tree trunk, all the way up to the top of your head. And then you turn back to center. And then when you exhale, you open out. Your palms have this beautiful coil. It faces out and then down. That's simple. There's space in between. Now you inhale. Draw energy up through your root, up through your trunk, all the way up to the top of the canopy. Turn and open out as you exhale. We're connecting with the wood element and the liver. And as you inhale, you're drawing energy up through your root and you're tracing the liver meridian and the gallbladder meridians. And we're clearing out any stagnation in these energy pathways so that we can be open to creativity, to abundance, to be resilient, and to thrive. Let's start to turn this more flowing as you inhale. Really feel your hands rise as your body sinks, as you clear these pathways of energy all the way up and then out. As you're connecting to your roots and the wood element, as you are encoded with the tree of life, start to open your perceptions Start to connect with the trees that are growing on the land in which you live. Start to connect to that circuitry of the sap rising, of the nourishment flowing through the trees, and connecting to how your breath, how you're in communion with all of creation as you inhale, the trees exhale, and as the trees inhale, you breathe out. You are interconnected. You are plugged into your resources. Trees live a very long time because they're always connected to all their sources. This form helps develop deep roots, a healthy core, flourishing canopy so that you can produce fruit. So you have the resiliency and the abundance to give and to grow, fully resourced and connected. And now we're starting to connect our roots with the roots of the sisters in our circle as each one of us becomes pillars in this sanctuary, pillars of this healing circle. One more time. And as your hands float down, I invite you to stand for a moment as you embrace the tree. This is round and open. Your roots are deep. Your belly's soft. Your elbows are soft. Top of your head is lifted. And we are standing as trees, as sisters, as pillars. And we're connecting and creating a grid, a network, like the mycelium network. And we're anchoring into the earth. And standing, our muscles may get tired, but we're able to stand because there's a force bigger than us that is moving us, that's holding us. Allow yourself to be held by that force. And allow yourself to generate that force. And hold this vision when we're about to complete and sit down, but I want you to hold this vision that there are a ring of trees around us. And within that ring of trees, then we are within the ring of trees. And then the people that we're bringing to heal are within the ring of trees, ringing, coming closer in. So we'll complete this section right here. So what you're going to do, I just did it without telling you. Just draw your hands up like we started. And now this time, I'm going to turn your palm over and you're going to turn to one side. You have one hand behind you and one hand in front of you. And you're going to inhale. And you're going to come back to center. And you're going to close. You're going to let this energy flow down your body all the way through. And we're creating a sphere. I want you to imagine you're creating a tube torus, a sphere of energy around your own body, in front of you and behind you, in your past and your future, above you and below you and within you as an individual. But one more time on each side so you can really feel this as a collective. We're creating this larger sphere, and the trees are anchoring this sphere. Last one. Mm. And so now our container is created. Our loved ones have been present. Our own needs have been present. Our energy has been activated and cleared. So now we may begin. I invite you to make yourself comfortable. And I'll just pray for a little while, and then, dear sister, if you'd like to weave your prayers in too, that would be great. So as we are coming into our prayer, staying with your breath, I think I might speak in the first person, not sure yet. I can see that I might switch from first to third person. But in the middle of your mind, I invite you to see a ball of golden light, and allow this golden light to grow until it fills the entirety of your mind. And within the golden light in your mind, there is a temple. And that temple is in a garden filled with trees and beauty. And inside the temple, it is lit with that same golden light. As you enter the temple of healing, we are met with the divine physician. And however the divine physician appears to you is perfect. To some, she may appear in a form like Mother Mary. To others, like Jesus. To others, any form or animal or creature or spirit that appears to you as the divine physician and eternal healer. They are present here in this temple filled with golden light. And before the divine physician, there is a marble slab. And at this time, we call forth our beloveds that need healing. We call forth our beloveds that are afflicted with pain, with fear, with doubt, with sorrow, with grief, with disease. Those that are facing the impossible, we call them forward. And as many people as appears, it's perfectly fine. We just create space. And there, for as many beings that appear, there is as many marble slabs for each one. And now we invite our beloveds, our pets, our family members, our beloveds who are needing healing to lay upon the marble slab. And at first glance, this marble slab may appear to be cold, but when you lay upon it, it becomes as soft as the softest pillow. And when your beloved lays back, they can completely relax. And now there may be a part of you that wants to lay on this table for your own healing. And so I invite you to also lay back on the marble slab. Completely let go. And lay back in the temple of golden light. And now from the divine physician's body, the same golden light begins to grow, filling the entirety of their body, filling their heart and their hands. And this golden light starts to leave their body and enter into the body of the beloved one on the table. And as this golden light enters the body of the beloved one, it enters in so sweetly, yet so totally. It enters into the skin, into the layers of the being, into the muscles, into the bones, filling the body, filling the entirety of their head, of their mind, of their eyes and ears and nose and cerebral spinal fluid. As this golden light enters the body of your beloved one, entering into the throat and the neck and the vertebra of each spine and the spaces and the nerve endings and the circulatory system, this energy starts to enter into the entirety of the body, where the entire nervous system starts to glow with golden light. The entire circulatory system is imbued with this healing. Every bone, all the way down through the thoracic cavity, every breath in their lungs starts to expand and filled with the golden light. Every organ, the liver and the spleen and the pancreas and the heart and the intestines and the uterus and the ovaries, every organ, gallbladder, appendix, it all starts to become filled with this light. Every bone, every area that is broken or torn or wounded or damaged starts to become knit back together to be made whole. Every piece, every cell starts to remember its true essence, its essence of regeneration. As the divine physician is moving their hands across the body of the beloved that is on the white slab, it is intuitively going to any space that you have been told about or that you intuitively sense that the divine physician is hovering in that area, fixing, mending, tending to. restoring, completely restoring, loving, paying attention to all the spaces. As this divine physician is continuing to scan over the body of the beloved, moving their hands down their hips and their thighs, down their knees, down their legs, down to the soles of their feet, there is not a single area that is not being addressed. There's not a single place where this divine light and healing and love is not permeating. And now you see the divine physician start to work and starting to remove things that don't belong there, starting to remove the fear and the doubt and the pain, and starting to remove the disease, and starting to remove the tension, and starting to remove what no longer serves. And as they remove what is no longer necessary in the body, is the divine physician is placing it into the void of the great mother so it can be transformed, so it can be reworked. And the beloved on the table is being completely restored in the image of the essence of the purity of the truth of who they really are, so they may remember, so they may remember, so they may be restored, and so they may heal on every level of their being, so they may know how to tend to themselves. They may know how to eat properly, so they may be guided by the divine physician and Holy Spirit and by the healers and guardians and guides of every medicine that they take, every pill, every drug, every procedure is being blessed by the physician. It becomes holy. The team, there is around each beloved on the table, there is a team of angels, there is a team of care providers, there is a team of family members, there is a team of guardians and guides and friends, and a team of healers. They are not alone, and nor are we. And as we are in this circle, ourselves are being healed as we're holding space for the divine physician to heal others through us. We are creating a circuitry of remembrance of our essence and of our capacity of wholeness and health and healing. And now from here, as we are eternally grateful, eternally blessed, and forever moved by this experience, knowing we can come back here, we bow and thank the divine physician who reaches to you and loves you and embraces you. Knowing this is eternal moment, and the healing will ripple through time, through space. And as we allow nature and the divinity and the Holy Spirit to take its course, to flow through this prayer, we are starting to come into completion, knowing that healing will always come. We just cannot be attached to what form it takes, or when, or how, but it's through trust, through faith, through surrender, we will continue to receive. And so now, as we're completing, I am stepping back and inviting any sister who chooses to speak a word of prayer now.
Holy and beloved, light of life, the sap within the tree of life, the golden sap that is flowing and pulsing, liquid light, liquid light, pulsing and flowing, permeating all being. You are the gift of presence. I have waited for you. I long for you. You are me, and I am you. Be welcome. Be welcome as me, as the sap within the tree. Be welcome.
And now let us just sit for a moment in silence together. To stabilize the field, to stabilize this experience. Sweet sister, and as we start to bow out of the temple, and we start to make our way back into our circle as we complete this prayer, knowing there is so much more to unfold. And I invite all of your voices and prayers to continue to be woven in our group, in our WhatsApp group. But for now, I feel like I'm kneeling down, so my energetic self is now rising up from kneeling and bowing to each one of you. bowing to the temple, bowing to the tree. The trees will continue to hold us just as the golden light will continue to run through our body, and yet we are releasing and opening this circle so it can be held by the divine. We do not have to hold it anymore. We can set that down and we can step back and out. For this moment, our work is complete. So, as we take our time to complete in any way that feels wholesome and holy to you, I always like to pull down the heavens, helps me feel integrated because we want to integrate ourselves back into our life, and we want to seal this experience in. So I invite you to take a moment and rub your body like you're rubbing in a healing salve or a sacred oil or medicine or prayer, and seal it into all your bones, into your skin and into your spaces, so that you can remember this, so you can live this and embody this and share this, be this. And do not forget how powerful a prayer is. Do not be afraid to pray for someone and with them. Thank you, sisters. I'm going to ring the bell. And if I would love to just create a little space before we totally complete to share our experience and to debrief and to just be with what just unfolded.
I don't know if I'm even ready to stop crying. Thank you. I feel such deep reverence. There is such a profound sacredness right here that is moving through me. I don't even know if I'm ready to put into words yet this experience, other than that deep, reverent stepping into alignment. And the sacredness of meeting with the divine healer and being the divine healer. And being this golden light. The palpability of this golden light, this sap that is both in the air and is a texture, a strand. This light that can be woven this healing sap that can be woven. And again, I just get hit by another wave of just reverence, just sacred reverence. Thank you.
Presence, what's here in the chat. And so Patricia is saying thank you in the chat with prayers and hearts and stars and roses. And then only light language can express at this moment of the palpable presence of grace. And just really receiving you, Patricia, because do you know how when you're creating something and then you, in one way, it's like, whoa, that's cool. Wow. Almost as if, where did that come from? And then there's another part of you, it's like, oh, obviously this is what you're going to do. This is where it came from. Partially in our circle, once the circle started, Patricia led us into a garden with a tree. And I was really attracted to that tree. So it was kind of a play off of that, a continuation. But also, Jamie, you and me and Susanna did this in a temple. And when we were in the temple, I was on the outside, one of the outside ones. And there was a time when it was Susanna in the middle. There was a time when I realized, oh, I'm going to anchor into this tree outside. And once I anchored into the tree, everything shifted. And then when I anchored into the tree, everything shifted. And then I saw you and I directed the energy through you, Jamie. And then and then later I was like, we need to do this again. And next time, if we're in person, we all need to touch. Before we were all just touching one person. But I think next time, if we touch one person and touch each other, the conduit will be even stronger. So I created this last night, but then it wasn't until I was falling asleep that I realized, oh, this was created before. I'm just remembering it and replaying it in a different way. But like I'm aware, but I had forgotten. And so that's partially what we're remembering, is how to do this, and that we have done this.
Yes.
And I was a little nervous because I don't normally pray, like in my groups, I don't like pray to the divine physician and say Holy Spirit and say Jesus's name. That's not like something I typically do, but I just felt like I had to. And so I was a little moved to tears just to even do that, because it's a stretch for me, and yet it seemed like the most obvious right thing to do. So thank you for allowing me to step into that role.
And thank you for following your remembrance. Thank you for following your guidance, because for me, it was the exact right thing. From that very first song that you played, that I sang as a child, and the prayer of it, and through all the way through to the end. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here going like, I'm supposed to go to physical therapy after this. I can't pull myself together.
Well,
I'm so
I just,
big.
yeah, I just came from my first physical therapy appointment. My first physical therapy appointment to prepare for a hip surgery. And she did pelvic floor assessment, so she had her finger in my yoni saying, squeeze. Okay, I'm gonna go to a healing circle. But it was awesome though because she's a woman that I helped have two babies. And she was a woman that she called me out as a priestess long before I realized it. She was like, I need you to do my blessing way ceremony. I need you. She was opening up a shop later, and she's like, I need you to do all the solstice ceremonies. I need you to do the summer solstice. I need you to build me an apothecary. I need you to build me a red tent. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm a midwife. And she's like, yeah, I just need you to do all this stuff. So because of her, I was like, oh, solstice ceremonies, and a lot of my herb products now came from her shop because she
Oh
needed
my
me to
goodness.
build her an apothecary. So here she is now, she's helping me, and so it's this nice
Mm,
interwoven, so I feel really supported. But I understand you got to go to the
mm,
another world.
yes. And even as you're saying that, I'm feeling those tree roots, the roots that are going down, but the roots that are also intertwining.
Mhm.
But yes, it is all connected. That glade
Beautiful.
goes with me, goes with us.
With all of us. So as we're completing, as we stitched in, let's stitch out. And I'm seeing there that Patricia's sharing a few more pieces in the chat of just how precious this experience has been, and a deep remembrance and a profound interconnection between us all, and of creation. And so as we're stitching out, we stitched in and we left an offering. And now as we're closing our circle, if we could just, so we can feel complete, so complete enough so we can go into the next phases, next events of our life, the next appointments, but giving voice to what you received. What did you receive here today?
I received the embodiment of divine physician through my own ancestral lineage, the Norse vulva embodying Ire, who is the divine physician.
And Patricia received the illumination of grace. Upon my body and all body and earth. And I received a healing, and I received how the song, I received the feeling that the song is invoking. I received that. And I also received the encouragement to follow this thread, like stay with it, have the courage. I received the courage to pray to the
Mm-hmm.
divine physician and support. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And so with that, we are officially complete.